So keywords. So when we're looking at keywords, and you guys might think, okay, we're really diving into the weeds of how Amazon works. We're diving into the weeds of keywords. What exactly is going on with this webinar? Why are we not talking strictly about products? Okay. And the reason why is that, again, I think it bears repeating, and it's something that I'm sure that a lot of people out there just seem to always forget when they source products, is that keywords are the core of how Amazon operates today, as far as people shopping and buying products. Okay, so the keywords you want to look for are ones when you look for products, you also want to look for a set of keywords that can support the products. And some of the metrics that we want to see, some of the characteristics we want to see with these keywords are, we want to see keywords that have some level of search volume. There are some thought leaders out there that do teach to ignore search volume. Okay. But the problem with that is there are products out there where the top sellers, they're making a sufficient amount of dough, and they've got hundreds of thousands of reviews. But if you look at the search volume, if you look at the total search volume across all the keywords, all the relevant keywords, it's actually relatively low. And so you have to ask, well, there needs to be search volume in order for shoppers. Well, so shoppers create search volume, and there needs to be search volume in order to generate sales. So how do these niches work where the search volume, the monthly search volume, is on the low side or practically nil, but these shoppers, I'm sorry, these products, these sellers have hundreds or thousands of listings, and it's because those sellers have been selling for years. Okay, so for you to penetrate a niche like that and try to catch up, it's going to be really hard. Even if you employ giveaways, even if you were to create Facebook ads with demographic targeting, the chance that the size of that demographic anywhere, whether it's on Amazon, whether it's on Facebook, whether it's on Google, is so small. Okay, you can run the best and most expensive ads, but you're just never going to generate a flood of traffic that'll basically, in a way, redefine this niche that has traditionally had low search volume. So keywords with higher search volume is better. Keywords with low A9 results. And what I mean by that is, here, I'm gonna try to do this real quick off to the side. A9 results is the number of results that come back when you're searching for a search term. Okay, so in this case, I searched for garlic press, and we can see, surprisingly, that there's only 650 results. If you search for a keyword or a search term, and you're seeing, so I would say if you're seeing anywhere, say 5,000 to 10,000 results, that's a keyword that's starting to appear a little competitive. There's keywords out there that have 50,000 competitors, 100, 200, 500,000 competitors. And competitors, again, every listing out there is a competitor, right? So if you're interested in product and you see keywords that have 50,000 other results or 100,000 results, I would say avoid like the plague. Move on to something else. It's not worth it. It's just pretty competitive, just because there's too many sellers in that category. Okay, that's if all things are being equal. But we're going to look at things we're going to look at product research from a combination of these factors. Okay, so next thing we want to see is we want to identify a top keyword. We want to, and this is a keyword that we can filter on. We can sort by looking at a keyword with the highest priority or the highest relevance score. So I think Helium 10 in their keyword research tool, they have a column called the Magnet IQ column or something like that. So I think that's kind of sort of like, that's somewhat an indicator of relevance. ZonGuru has, they've published, they don't have one column that speaks to a relevance score, but they have a combination of 3 columns where it's conversions, clicks, like the percentage of conversions, percentage of clicks, and there's a 3rd column. I forget what it is. But you can combine all 3. Maybe ZonGuru now has a I think they do have a column called ZG score. So again, it's a way to sort and order and determine what the top keyword is. ViralLaunch has something similar as well. So why do that? Well, what you want to do is identify what the top keyword is and see if the top keyword makes sense to you for this product. Okay. All right. So the next few slides, the text is going to be really, really hard to read, but these 3 slides paint a picture. And this is from some blog articles or slides from a I forget who it's from, but it's basically but what this is are some stats for each position in the search results page for a keyword. Okay, so this company, they collected this data based on, they collected this data and they visualized it in a way so that we can see, you know, for every spot in the search results, what are the stats? And I know this text is going to be really hard to read, but the 3 stats that are shown here are one is the click share. Okay, and this is for, and this brown spot is for the rank position number 1. The second stat is for page conversion. So the first one's clicks, second one's conversion share, and the third one is the number of weeks seen. So what that means is how many number of weeks did we see a top 20 competitor in this spot? Okay, so again, just recap, this is for the number 1 rank position. The first metric is page click share, and it says 5%. The second one is conversion share, which is 11%. And the third one is the number of weeks seen, and it says 10 out of the last 12 weeks. Okay. Now, what does this mean in plain English? So first of all, it means that if we were to pretend that this matrix that we're seeing is for garlic press, that means when shoppers search for it, that the very top item got 5% of the clicks. Okay. Out of all these, yeah, I think that's what it means. Yeah. So this first item got 5% of all the clicks. And you can see in rank 2, if you can see it, the click share goes down to 4%. In rank 3, it goes down to 2.7%. Rank 4 is 2.8%, and so on and so forth. So rank 1 is definitely pivotal and key and critical to grab click share, generally speaking. The second stat is conversion share. So the first stat is number of people who clicked on it. Second stat is what's the percentage of customers that actually ended up buying this product? Okay. And these stats differ. So rank 1, it says 11%. Rank 2 says 10%. Rank 3, it drops like a rock. It's cut in half. It's 5%. Rank 4 is 5%. Rank 5, interestingly, is at 6%. Okay. And finally, this last stat is number of weeks seen. It's 10 out of 12. So what this is saying is, with this snapshot of what we see right now, right, we can see 20, 40 of the top competitors. How many of the prior weeks did any of these 40 competitors show up in the spot? Okay. Now, 10 out of 12 weeks is relatively stable. And number 2, we see 10 out of 12 weeks as well. Number 3, we see 8 out of 12 weeks. Still relatively steady. 4 is 7 out of 12, and 5 in the 5th place. We see top competitors at least show up in the last 7 of 12 weeks. Okay, why is this important? So let me see if I could show. So in summary, if you read the top line, it says, here's a market with good sales distribution as customers are shopping well into the first page of results. Okay, so what this means is, that even down in here, we do see conversions of 2%. Even down here, we see page click share of 7%. This is rank position number 24. We see page click share of 8%. Even in rank 11, we see page click share of 5%. Okay. So remember rank 3, the conversion was 5%, and same with rank 4, it's 5%. So down here in rank in position 11, the conversion share is 5%. Okay, so good distribution of sales well into the first page of results. Okay, the next slide shows here's a market where customers are only shopping to the 5th result. Okay, so basically, for whatever reason, there is low data. There was an explanation about this, and I forgot what it is, but part of it is that the top competitors that we see in this very instant, out of all these top competitors, only one of them have showed up in the last 12 weeks. Okay. Oops, going back to here. But the page click share is good, and the page conversion share is also pretty decent, but they're only shopping to the 5th week. Okay, yeah, so so this really could be a market where people are only shopping to the 5th rank consistently, but for any products that are ranked in the 6th position and below that, shoppers don't really pay much attention to it. So Amazon is constantly swapping products out in 6th place all the way down to 14th place to try to establish and see if shoppers will agree to convert on any of the products that Amazon is trying to rotate through. Okay. All right. So in this slide, we're seeing here's a market where there's strong sales all the way to the 25th position. However, it's very important to pay attention to the number of weeks a top product was found in each position. This indicates there's a lot of volatility in the ranking results. So, yeah, so we're seeing down here in this box, this is rank 17. We're seeing that out of the top sellers that we're seeing at this very instant, only 4 of them show up in rank 17. Oops. In rank 16, only 3 show up. Rank 14. So Amazon is seeing that there's a lot of volatility. Plus, there could be the fact that this may be a very competitive niche, and these sellers are kind of trying to play a game of one-upping each other, using gray hat tactics, using black hat tactics, using PPC campaigns that are really aggressive. Okay. There's another way of looking at this too. So there's a concept of market depth. So when we look at some of the tools, we'll go into that.